I have to remember how to do this. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berm, and it has been a long time, my friends. As I'm sure you're well aware, Scarlet and Violet are finally out. I am finally in the competitive scene. I've finished the game. I've made my teams. I got a lot to juggle. It's the reason the channel has been a little bit absent as of late. I have another job I'm juggling. I'm always moving around. But you know what? Nothing could stop me from getting back on YouTube to cover this new game, this competitive scene. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. What we do here is we use teams that are weird, teams that are strange, teams that might have your favorite Pokemon on it, but that otherwise would not work, would not be as good. We try to make those Pokemon work. We try to make those teams work. They might not be winning any tournaments, but people, we're gonna have fun. If you have a new favorite Pokemon that you'd like to see me use on the channel, please, by all means, drop it in the comments. Everybody, quickly let's go over today's team. One of my favorite new Pokemon from the new generation is this sucker over here. Where the hell did you go? One of my new favorite Pokemon, design-wise. Myself, I'm an artist, so a new painting Pokemon, a new spray paint little punk. I love him. We're going to be featuring Grafaiai today. And what we love about Grafaiai here, you can wash your Pokemon since when? What I love about Grafaiai here, quickly go over the team, is that he actually has a lot of really cool abilities, being Unburden and Prankster. I think he has one more. That's less good. But what we're going to do here is we're going to use Prankster, Swagger, to set up the rest of our team. Grafaiai is the only Pokemon in the game that has Prankster, Swagger, and Encore. So we're gonna try and use those things as much as possible, set up our teammates, confuse the opponent, stop them from being able to do what they wanna do while we do what we wanna do, okay? We have Grafaiai here with a Focus Sash, Encore, U-Turn, Knockoff, Swagger. We got Hawlucha here with a Mirror Herb, High Jump Kick, Acrobatics, Protect, Rock Slide. We got Lighthouse, the Dragonite with Lumberry, Extreme Speed, Rock Slide, Dragon Claw, Protect. We got Roach, the Mudsdale, Assault Vest, Mudsdale, High Horsepower, Earthquake, Heavy Slam, and Rock Slide. And we have Murkrow, Fumikage, Eviolite, Tailwind, Foul Play, Taunt, Haze. If you're in the competitive scene at all, you've been seeing Murkrow a lot. Very good Pokemon this gen. And we have Gizmo, our Rotom Heat, holding the Life Orb, Thunderbolt, Protect, Terra Blast, Overheat. Guys, if you swagger into your opponent while Hawlucha is next to you, you copy the attack boost, you do not copy the confusion. Your opponent is now confused, and you pop Unburden with Hawlucha. Really nice if you're using swagger into special attackers on your opponent's side. They do not get the benefits of the physical attack boost. They only get the confusion, so we're going to look out for that as much as possible. Very, very fun when you can pull that off. We're going to swagger into our own Dragonite, which will heal itself of confusion with the Lumberry. Obviously, you cannot swagger before you extreme speed. Keep that in mind. Sometimes you're going to extreme speed and still use swagger on that same turn to set yourself up for the next turn. But remember that if you use Rock Slide or Dragon Claw on the same turn, swagger into the Lumberry Dragonite will give you that attack boost on that turn, on that attack. Very, very good Pokemon this gen as well. Dragonite with the normal Terra type, extreme speed. Very, very strong, very powerful, especially at +2. And then we also have Mudsdale, which is a Pokemon that has own tempo, so it cannot be confused. You'll remember this from Sword and Shield. People use swagger into their Mudsdales, into their Licky Lickies all the time, because it cannot be confused. It only gets that attack boost, and this gen is no different. You get High Horsepower, Earthquake. You got a lot of moves that can damage your opponent, a lot of moves that hit for spread damage. Earthquake, really, really nice because you get that stab bonus, and so many Pokemon on this team. Every Pokemon besides Grafaiai is immune to Earthquake, okay? So you don't want to use Earthquake when you're next to Grafaiai. So maybe that turn that you set up the swagger on the Mudsdale, you're not gonna Earthquake, you're gonna kill your little monkey, okay? But any other time, any other situation, Earthquake is a stellar move because all of its other teammates completely immune to Earthquake. We have Fumikage, our Murkrow. Murkrow is an incredible Pokemon this gen. What you need to be aware of is that you're likely not going to be using Grafaiai and Murkrow at the same time. Sometimes I do, But they're both setup mons, right? So you really want to have those 3 other slots covered for power. Murkrow does get haze, which is nice because you can swagger into your opponent and then haze it, and then it's just confused if you're going into a physical attacker. Again, you're not going to bring those 2 together a ton, so it's not that great of a strategy. It's not that great. What I love haze for is the fact that you can haze overheat on Rotom Heat. I've run this 2 different ways. Sometimes I run Rotom Wash and then I don't run haze on Murkrow. I'll run a different 4th move. But I really like this synergy. And I really love the fact that our Rotom Heat is Ice Terra type. Again, probably not the ideal Terra type for a Rotom, but it is a surprise, right? We don't have any other Ice type Pokemon on the team. Ice is not a Terra type that your opponent is going to see coming, and there are plenty of dragons running around. I already talked about Dragonite. You see a lot of Salamence, you see a lot of Hydreigon, at least I have. So having that Ice Terra type is really, really nice to surprise your opponent with. Again, probably not ideal. You know, there's probably a better consistent Terra type that you run on Rotom Heat. I like using this one, and you're going to surprise your opponent. You're going to have fun with it. A Pokemon that has no business hitting ground types for insane damage all of a sudden can. And that's kind of the gimmick this entire gym. Everybody, we're going to get started here in just a few seconds, but please like, please subscribe, please comment down below. It helps me so much. Help the video reach other people so that they can get these rental codes. Rental code, by the way, in the description below. And I'll also be trying out a new thing where once a week I'm going to be uploading a video that is strictly audio. It's mostly, well, there's going to be things on screen. It's going to be mostly audio, okay? And that'll be covering more in depth the different teams that I'm running that week, the different things going on in Pokemon news. I'm going to be trying to do that once a week. So the rental code will also be available there. When that video comes out, I will link that in the description as well. So go check that out. I'll also be like pulling up other teams that creators are using, or, you know, people who actually win tournaments are using, because I want to just see what other people are up to. I want to get those rental codes to my viewers. It'd be really cool to see that happen, and it'd be cool to see your eyes on those videos. Check it out. Could be fun. Without further ado, let's get into this first battle, shall we? Okay, going up against Alejandro. Alejandro has a couple of Pokemon that are worth worrying about. It's got 2 dark types down there at the bottom. And we cannot swagger into a dark type due to Prankster not affecting dark types. So that's a little bit worrisome for the Hawlucha method. If we were to go a different way, like Mudsdale out of the gate or like Dragonite out of the gate, then we could find a little more luck. It's just a question of who do we think they're going to lead? I still very much like the idea of leading with Grafaiai and Hawlucha, because if they give us the Rotom, we can outspeed it and kill it. And if they give us the cat, then we can still acrobatics it, just depending on what it's next to. So I'm still gonna do that and hope for the best. We're still going to bring Dragonite. Dragonite can still do a lot of cool stuff here. And I think we're also going to bring Roach, because I'm really nervous about that Garganacl. Garganacl is bad news for my team. It's the reason why I sometimes think about running Rotom Wash instead of Rotom Heat, because when I come up against Garganacl, there's just so little I can do, gang. Alejandro, where's your trainer card, my friend? That's the whole point of this game. This game is a trainer card maker with a mini game involved in which you can battle Pokemon against each other, my friend. All right, so they led 2 threats. I'm going to bank on the Rotom attacking Hawlucha more than I'm going to bank on the Meowscarada attacking Hawlucha here. I don't want Hawlucha to go down, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to swagger straight into the Rotom, and we're going to high jump kick straight into the Rotom. This should delete the Rotom if pulled off successfully. Let's see how it goes. Meowscarada can play rough. Not all Meowscaradas run play rough. So we're just going to see how it goes down. Again, the strategy here, you swagger into a Rotom, into a special attacker. They're going to switch out their Meowscarada, which is actually fantastic for me. Annihilape's coming out. He's not going to want to be here in a second. A lot of Annihilapes run Choice Scarf and also run it with like Final Gambit, which is pretty spooky. But you'll see here, we swagger into the Rotom, special attacker, not going to benefit from the ×2 attack boost, the +2 attack boost. But Hawlucha's going to get the attack boost, pop it, be faster than the Rotom. And what's going to happen, gang? It's going to destroy the Rotom. And now, a Choice Scarf Annihilape is not faster than my Hawlucha. So we still have the upper hand here. Garganacl is something to worry about, so we do need to be careful. But what I can do with Garganacl is I can knock it off to start. We can Acrobatics straight into the Annihilape. I don't think Garganacl cleanly kills my Hawlucha in any way, unless it's like Stone Edge, which I have not seen. So I don't think we actually need to worry about that too much. I'm going to knock off the Garganacl so that it can't benefit from like leftovers, you know? It's going to probably go Fighting type. Ooh, Ghost type. Okay, so it was banking on me high jump kicking into the Garganacl. We didn't do that, gang. So thank goodness we didn't. We went straight for the Annihilape. Goodbye, Soldier. And this knockoff still isn't going to do a ton. Okay, even if it is super effective now. That did a decent amount. And we knocked off its leftovers. Now, it is going to Iron Defense here. Very, very spooky. We did not bring Haze on our Murkrow. Or we didn't bring our Murkrow, so we don't have access to Haze. It might mean that we have to bank on, like, a crit at some point, which absolutely sucks. What we can also do is just Encore the Garganacl. So that it can't do anything but... So that it can't start, like, killing our Pokemon yet. What that does, though, is gives them an automatic +6. Which sucks for a million other reasons. It's weird here. I have a couple of seconds here. I can Encore the Garganacl and then also start like swaggering it so it starts hurting itself, and then I might get lucky on some stuff. That's kind of my instinct. Even if in the long run it gets +6. That sucks. We're going to have to figure that out later because we do not have time right now, but that's going to be what I do. Obviously, this is our answer to Trick Room, by the way. If you come across a Trick Room team, you're going to try and Encore it into using Trick Room over and over again. This could be a really interesting battle because we might still lose it, even though Hawlucha has gotten 3 one-hit KOs and our opponent has 3 Pokemon that have not gotten to use a move, and yet this might be what stops us from winning. So we're going to Swagger it now. It's going to be confused and not have the ability to... You know, I think I'm actually going to... Yeah, I'm going to Terrastallize here, too, because what else is going to Terrastallize in this game? Maybe Mudsdale, but I have Hawlucha out right now. I'm going to Acrobatics here, and if we get a crit, we might get lucky. Obviously, this gets rid of my my half resistance to rock moves, so if they do eventually get to go for a rock move, they're just going to pop off and destroy my Hawlucha here. Previously, that would have done, you know, neutral damage. It avoids the Swagger, but it's still just going for Iron Defenses, so I'm actually not that worried about it. That did some good damage. Was that a crit? No. Okay. Cool. So we actually might get lucky here. If they are stuck, we're faster, so as long as they still have Encore turns, they do have at least one more. Let's just Swagger, and we might actually pull this out. Because if they never get to recover... Oh, we missed the Swagger again. That's okay, that's okay. Yeah, actually, we're going to pull this out, I think. I've had this matchup before where I lost because I actually Encored Garganacl's Recover, but then it ran out of Recover, meaning that I could not Encore it anymore, which was crazy to me. It feels like you should run out of moves and then have to struggle. That's not how it works. It just ends the Encore, and it fails if you try to Encore it again into a move that has no more PP. I don't know if that's true of previous generations, if that's how it used to work, but that's how it worked for me when I had my test battles. I think we got him. That was a crit. Had to have been. No? Wow, we're just smacking this thing. I mean, obviously we would not be doing this damage if they hadn't Terra'd, right? So that's interesting. But look at these two coming out strong. I love it. Grafaiai, Hawlucha. Hawlucha, one of my favorite Gen 6 mons. Absolutely. So very, very fun to see like a Pokemon whose design caught my eye in Gen 6 working so well with a Pokemon whose design caught my eye here in Gen, what is it? 9? Gen 9? Christ, I'm old. Good game to my opponent. On to the next one. Don Lon's got some threats. And while they have... Ooh, they actually do have a Trick Room option because Armarouge gets Trick Room. Armarouge gets Trick Room. Okay. Also, there's a weird thing happening right now where Indeedee Female can get Trick Room, but only if you catch it in a raid or some crate. I saw a lot of people complaining about it. It's very difficult to get, but, you know, technically it does exist. Although very unlikely here. Very unlikely. I am concerned with leading Hawlucha, so I'm not going to do that. I also cannot swagger Prankster in Psychic Terrain, so I got to be careful about that as well. What I'm leaning towards doing here is actually going with Grafaiai and Mudsdale, because I think that we can still swagger into ourselves in Psychic Terrain. And then we got to bring Rotom for the Gholdengo, because we got to be able to resist that. We do not have a resist for Gholdengo, otherwise, for Make It Rain. And then, should I bring Fumikage? Or should I bring, like, Hawlucha as my +1? Or should I bring Dragonite? I'm going to bring Dragonite, I think. Mostly because that's where my cursor was when I realized I had no more time. Let's see how it goes. Donlon. Okay, Donlon. Let's see what you got here for us. Flip-flops to the battle arena. Okay, we got Grafaiai, we got Mudsdale, in a really weird situation here. I mean, we could get faked out, right? But in a really weird situation, we might just be able to... Or we might just Earthquake into our own Grafaiai. I know I said not to do that, but it's kind of scary out here in these streets at the moment. So... I might do that just to get Rotom in faster, to be honest with you. Yeah, let's give it a go. I'm sorry, Grafaiai, but it is what has to happen. It is what I'm choosing to do, and I am going to have to repent for it at some point. Goodbye, my friend. And now comes the part where we, you know, just have no idea what's about to happen for 5 seconds. It's a steel type. Okay, so it's just boosting its steel moves. Gosh, I really hope that my Assault Vest max HP Mudsdale is still able to figure this out. We do get faked out on the Grafaiai, so Grafaiai is going to die to Make It Rain anyway. It wasn't going to die to our Earthquake, and we just need our Mudsdale to live. Oh, we lived with a ton, actually. That's great. Good job, Mudsdale. And now I don't look like as much of a sociopath killing my own Grafaiai, so I'm also happy about that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy about the optics. Wait, why didn't it... Oh my god, it had an... Wait, does it have an air balloon? And I just didn't see it? Am I an idiot? Oh, man. Signs point toward I'm an idiot. Unfortunately. Ooh. Not great. We're going to try that again. We need the overheat to hit. Wow. If it has air balloon and I did not see it, then that is on me, and that is a lesson we need to learn, kids. Oh, God. Thank God. Okay. Overheat just completely takes out the Gholdengo. Gholdengo is an issue for this team for sure. Garganacl and Gholdengo. We came across 2 of them in our first 2 battles. Just be very, very careful if using this team against a Gholdengo. It will one-shot more things than it should. Mudsdale going to take a Spirit Break. I think it might actually be able to take 1 more. But we will get a single-hit Earthquake here into the Grimmsnarl, which is great, because I would actually love to swap out Rotom now. to be able to reset its special attack stat. And there's Crimonzo. Or do I want to save my Dragonite for my ability to E-speed into that guy or Rock Slide into that guy? I might have to do that and just, like, live with the fact that I am -2 out here. Yeah, we might have to roll with that. So, what we gotta do is just T-Bolt into the Crimzano, and we might get a Para. That's kind of gonna be my, that'll be my little reward for staying in here. They tried to T-Wave my electric type, so that didn't go great for them. Maybe they thought that I was gonna Terra. And they just Expanding Force straight into my Mudsdale. They are going to kill with that. And what's great here, actually, is that we are going to go into my Dragonite. They're definitely going to assume that they can T-Wave in my Dragonite and get it off. Unfortunately for them, that's just false. It's just false because what happens is that I have a Lumberry. And I'm sorry for them. We're going to overheat to try, and we need to really kill that Grimmsnarl on this next turn. And we're going to E-speed into the Crimzano. They are going to Terra type into what? What are you going to do here? Oh, that's me. That little dude with the helmet on, that's me. And that's my fault. Didn't they already Terra too? Or am I wrong? They're going to Wide Guard, thinking I'm going to, like, Rock Slide, I guess. Here comes the E-Speed. Next, we're going to see the T-Wave and the Lumberry pop. We do not pick up the kill there, which is unfortunate. And they actually did not. They went for, like, a... I guess they went for a... for, like, a Spirit Break, maybe, on the off chance I did not Terra. Although, if you see a Dragonite and it has nobody on the other team has Terra'd yet, chances are it's Terra-ing, and chances are it's Terra-ing into a normal type. And they did not bring their Indeedee, which is fantastic news, gang. I can now Thunderbolt into Crimzano. I think I should be able to pick up the kill there. And I'm just going to E-speed into the Cat now. Rotom should still be outspeed. Oh, no. Crimzano has the... I keep calling it Crimzano now. I know what its actual name is in English. It's Armarouge. I'm not going to outspeed the Armarouge because they did get a weakness or a weak armor up. And they're now going to Armor Cannon into my Dragonite, but I have multi-scale, so it's not going to do a ton on the first turn. It drops their special defense, which is great for my -4 Thunderbolt being able to kill. Also great for -4 Thunderbolt is the fact that you have a Life Orb. And they're going to miss their Play Rough. Oh no, they're just going to turn into a Fairy type. And then they're going to Play Rough. And because they're a Fairy type, they do not resist my Thunderbolt anymore, and we're able to get the win. Guys, what a fun win there for Grafaiai again. Grafaiai did not do anything in that game, but a really great way to show that the team can operate without its strategies necessarily, without its gimmicky strategies necessarily popping up. Just a really solid team also all around without the swagger strat. And honestly, like, I just want to say Mudsdale is really, really important to this team. It's not the fastest thing in the world, and I don't know if we're going to come up against a Trick Room team, but it is bred for min speed. And so if on the off chance you run into a Trick Room team, you're not able to encore them into using Trick Room again, and Trick Room just goes up, that's the kind of game you want to have Mudsdale there, because Mudsdale, 9 times out of 10, will still underspeed your opponent's Pokemon, meaning you can still Earthquake stuff even though they set up Trick Room. You understand? It's like a sleeper agent for Trick Room, even though this team has no way of setting it up. It's great. I love it. Good game to my opponent. On to the next one. All right, Dev. Dev has a very, very similar team to the one that we just played, I think. It's got the Gholdengo, so we got to be careful. It also has... It doesn't have a Grimmsnarl, though. It has Tailwind, So that's also a little spooky. We need to bring our... We might have to do the thing that I said don't do, which is bring Grafaiai and... Yeah, and Murkrow here. I don't want to do that. But I also don't want to get completely swept by a Gholdengo. I like this team, though, because I don't think that anything really... They don't really have anything for Roach. Which is kind of neat. So we're going to lead with this again. And then I think we're going to bring Rotom because we have to for Gholdengo. But then we're also going to bring Dragonite because Dragonite... They bring Dragonite? Yeah, they don't have any way of stopping priority. If I'm a normal type, I'm no longer weak to that Gardevoir. And I could tank an incoming water move if I have to, if they lead with that Rotom. So let's see how this goes. We got our Holucha strat to work once. I don't feel the pressure of a content creator, to keep bringing it, to keep making it work, okay? We got it to work once. You saw how it worked. We're good there. Dev's got a picture of the Pokemon League in his trainer card. All right, Dev. Murkrow and Gardevoir. I actually don't hate this this matchup at all. Like, at all. So what we're going to do here is we're going to swagger into my Mudsdale. We're not going to outspeed here, so don't even think about that being a possibility. And I think I might just heavy slam into the Gardevoir for now. Yep, let's do that. I'm not totally worried about the Murkrow at this moment, at this juncture. But let's see. They might just Tailwind and, like, Hyper Voice or Moonblast or something. Or just Psychic into my Grafaiai. That's all they're going to do. So we're going to go down to our Sash, which I'm totally fine with, by the way. And the one Pokemon that you can actually get multiple attack boosts on is Mudsdale. So we might try to make that happen, especially because their Murkrow could haze here, and I don't want that to happen. So even if they haze, we'll still get an additional swagger off, meaning we'll still be at +2 when I go for a Rock Slide on this turn. We're going to move first there, which makes me think their Murkrow might actually be going for like a foul play. Or somehow we're outspeeding them even under their own Tailwind. Oh, just a Brave Bird. That did so much damage. How invested in attack is your Murkrow? Luckily, Assault Vest is going to save us pretty hard from that Dazzling Gleam. I love that Mudsdale literally takes up the entire screen. I can't see what's going on. Mudsdale completely blocking the fact that we just completely got double KO there. Thanks, Muds. Thank you, Mudsdale. This is really dangerous now. My opponent has a Pokemon at +4 on the other side, even if it's at half health. And now I get to bring in an additional Pokemon that could just ruin their life if they're not careful. It's going to be Dragonite. Something we also got to be careful about here, gang, is the fact that Dragonite will get hit by Earthquake if you aren't careful enough to like, I'm sorry, if you Terra into a normal type, then it loses its flying type, right? If you Terra Rotom, he's still fine because he has Levitate. But if you Terra Dragonite into a normal type, he'll still get hit by Earthquakes. So we can't actually go for Earthquake. Not that we'd necessarily want to here. I am just nervous about the Gholdengo. I'd love to get... I might just Protect here with Dragonite, honestly. I think that's probably the best play. Yeah. And then we're just going to EQ right here. Try and catch the Gholdengo. It's crazy that Make It Rain doesn't have a chance to miss, honestly. Rotom's going to Terra into a Ghost type, actually, because it thought it was going to get E-speeded. That was kind of my plan for dealing with Rotom, unfortunately, so that's a no-go. We'll see how Make It Rain does. If it's timid, we might not die to it. If it's modest, we might die to it. If it's timid, we might still die to it. I don't know the exact calc. Okay, we did die. And they tried to Hydro Pump into Dragonite there. Okay. How many turns of Hydro Pump into... They really called my my terastallization there. And so if they want to Hydro Pump again, like, honestly, go for it. But if I Terra type, then I no longer resist Hydro Pump. I no longer resist Thunderbolt. So we might just hold off on the Terra type at this moment. How many turns of Tailwind are left? One more turn. Okay, so Rotom will outspeed Gholdengo after one more turn, I believe. Which means that we can protect with Rotom, and we gotta start doing damage to their Rotom. So we're just gonna go for a nice Dragon Claw. And we're gonna protect here. We're gonna pray that Dragonite makes it out of this turn. I think there's a chance that it does because of multi-scale, but let's find out. A lot of people are on the fence about Gholdengo's design. I love it. Just so you know. They're now at -2 with their Gholdengo, so I'm less worried about that. They tried to Hydro Pump into my Rotom, which is great for me. Because we get that Dragon Claw. Awesome. They no longer have Tailwind. We should be the ones going first now. Let's Dragon Claw again into their Rotom. If I don't outspeed their Rotom, do I get one shot by Hydro Pump? And do I just lose then? Or, oh, I know what I do. I can just Terastallize now. Oh, no, I can't because it's a Ghost type. It's a Ghost type. Dang it. Okay, let's Dragon. Let's do that. And then, yeah, we have to Overheat into the Gholdengo. Let's go. We stalled out. Yep, we went first. Great. That's perfect. Goodbye, Gholdengo. Really nice. I love Gholdengo's design. I forget if I actually got to my point at that point, but I do love Gholdengo. I'm in that camp. Even if we took out 2 today. Hydro Pump's just going to miss Rotom, so we won't even find out if it would have killed. But of course, Dragon Claw is going to finish up their Rotom. Wouldn't have mattered if that had hit. And wow, that's going to be a triple win for our Grafaiai team this day. Very, very happy about that. If I have one regret, it's just that we didn't get more new cool Pokemon on this team. Grafaiai is the only new Pokemon on this team. But you can be sure there's plenty more to come. Yeah, I love this team. Remember, rental code for Grafaiai team, swag bag. That's going to be in the description below. Check that out. And also be sure to check out my video coming later this week, summing up all the teams that I'm using this week and including some teams that I've researched and found that I just think are neat and cool that other people made. Anyway, really great game. Good game to my opponent. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Please do subscribe so that you never miss a new cool team. I'm going to be putting out way more videos for Scarlet and Violet. So excited to be in a new generation of Pokemon using weird, fun teams. If you like that kind of stuff, if you like having fun on the ranked ladder, winning games with Pokemon you have no business winning games with, definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new team, okay? Let me know what Pokemon you want to see me using. Let me know if you come across a really cool rental code. I'll cover it in my end of the week video. And yeah, I took a while off because, you know, Pokemon was feeling a little bit stale to me in the last year of Sword and Shield. I think it gets that way for a lot of people. I was interested in playing other games, but, you know, when they are hyping up a new Pokemon game, nothing gets me more excited than running through all the different ideas I got in my head with what the new Pokemon can do. And guys, I got so many more. So I hope you're ready for that. Again, thanks so much for clicking on this video. Use this rental team. Please let me know if you do. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. You can join our Discord. The link to that I'll put in the description below. That's always fun. Go over there, talk to the other people watching these videos. And I'd love to see you back here next time or sometime soon. Thanks so much. My name is Berm. Until next time, see you later.